What type of personalities do programmers have? What type of people programmers have? What type of people programmers are? You might have experienced facing with some programmer in the past, or being a programmer yourself. Probably you are a programmer yourself, and you wonder there are some specific characteristics that distinguish you from normal people, from people from other industries. What are some of the characteristics that distinguish people in the software development industry from people from other industries? Hello and welcome to another episode of ZomCast. I'm Mehdi, the host of this podcast, and I'm here with my co-host Mahmoud.
Hi, I'm Mahmoud. I'm co-host of ZomCast.
All right. Mahmoud, do you know what the topic of this podcast is?
Yeah, it's a good topic. The personality of a programmer.
Very nice.
Yes.
Do you find it interesting?
Yeah, I think it's a really interesting topic.
Very good. Very good. So, before we dive into the discussion about this interesting topic that is at least interesting for me and Mahmoud, let me count some of the items that we will discuss, some of the latest updates and developments that are interesting to us and hopefully are interesting for you too. Let me show you some of these topics, some of these items. All right, where are the items? There we go. Let me hide the other one, the image one. Wow, great. So, for the fans of Prison Break, if you are a very firm fan of Prison Break and you watched the last 5 seasons, I've got a good news for you. Prison Break Season 6 is coming, and you can find confirmation from Dominic Porcel on different websites. Mahmoud, have you watched Prison Break?
No, unfortunately I didn't watch it.
Okay, that's fine. I had some experience watching some of the seasons, not all of them, but it was quite good in an exciting storyline. The other thing we will be covering is Microsoft kills off Windows 10 update that slowed down PCs. Unfortunately, I don't have detailed information of what that update was that slowed PCs, and probably you can find it on different blogs, and specifically I found this piece of news on TechRadar, so you can go ahead and browse their website and find this news and know specifically what was the update that created problems for PCs. The other thing is Xbox Series X pre-orders are a mess on Polygon. I learned that from Polygon that Xbox has been not keeping its promise on ordering and on delivering orders for Xbox devices. And the other thing, iPhone custom looks going crazy. What does it mean? As far as I know, recently the recent versions of iPhone, and specifically iOS, because you know iOS is what runs on iPhone, and later we will know that iPhone's iOS 14 is coming and it's been released. It allows users to customize the looks and appearance of their applications and probably different widgets that they use on their phones. So this is what it means, in my opinion, and I found it on cnbc.com. On WhatsApp is to create something new, similar to Telegram's secret chat as we know it, probably. And Mahmoud is pointing at me that I should lengthen the episode, and I like it, and it's fine. Okay. WhatsApp is probably going to create something similar, something that we have experienced in Telegram, Telegram has some auto disappearing photos. For example, some timer timed photos. You can send some photos that expire after 1 minute, and also secret chats. And WhatsApp is working on an alpha release of something similar that allows users to send messages and media in an auto disappearing manner. It should be interesting, right?
Yeah, it's interesting.
Very good. Yeah, I think WhatsApp is not very has not a lot of fans, especially in these times. I don't think it has a lot of fans, but still many people use it for messaging, and this feature probably is going to increase the appeal that it has for users. The other thing, for the fans of Linux and Linux operating systems, that Mahmoud is not one of them.
No,
You don't love Linux, right?
No, I like
Microsoft
Linux.
doesn't love Linux.
No, I
But
like both of
recently,
them.
oh great. But recently Microsoft is pretending that they love Linux. Yeah. Yeah, Lenovo is creating new devices, new PCs with Ubuntu pre-installed. So we have become used to getting devices with Windows and Mac installed, and now Lenovo is to launch devices with Ubuntu and Linux distributions pre-installed on them. And some of those devices are some PCs like ThinkPad X1 and 30 other PCs. Interesting. And for software developers and database admins, PostgreSQL 13 released. And I found this on Hacker News channel on Telegram. And for cross-platform developers, I've got a hot piece of news. Flutter Stick A now allows you to create applications for Windows. And it's interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, formerly it allowed you to create applications for iPhone and Android, and probably for Linux, I'm not sure about that. And now it allows to create applications for Windows. And AWS and Docker collaborate on something new. And what is that? They are working on some features to bring to Docker Desktop, and it will allow probably some addition of some features that allows you to directly connect to AWS services and do something remotely, like, for example, work with AWS Fargate and some of their services, and probably some of their storage services. I'm not sure, but it will be interesting. And Docker is a great technology, and I'm sure that it will be a popular hit, this feature, at least hopefully. And finally, iOS 14 released, and it will be a very good piece of news for Apple fans specifically. All right, I should I should abandon this habit of saying specifically. I'm telling specifically very much. All right, the next thing, we were talking about Apple. Let me show some of the features of Apple that has been just updated in iOS 14. Let's see some of those updates. On my browser, let's see. Let's hide the items. There we go. So let's start and see some of the most significant features. Looks brand new, feels like home. Nice. So it looks like it's got a very different look compared with other versions, previous versions. But for me, it doesn't have a lot of differences. It looks very similar. And experience, user experience. It's improved the user experience for sure. And app library. And app library, as far as I know, you can see that it is automatically grouping applications to different categories based on their usages. For example, the social apps are grouped in one package, and other applications like entertainment are grouped separately. And it it's nice to see this feature added to iPhone and iOS 14. Picture in picture, something almost common, some new recently new technology that has been introduced to iPhone and also Android, and seems like it has had some improvements on iPhone. Messages, some new services, some new features on the Messages application in iOS 14. Inline replies, you can directly reply probably from the notification area like we are seeing in new features of Android, and it's interesting to see that in iOS too. Mentions, I'm not sure really what it means here. Maps, some improvements in maps. Translate, new translate features and capabilities, conversations across languages. All right, Siri. Siri is a vital way to get information and get things done, and thanks to a new compact design, you can take advantage of everything Siri can do without losing your context. Great. So again, Siri has some new features that allows you to use Siri even much easier than before. And as you can see in these screenshots, Siri is just hovering above other windows. It's not opening a new application, it's just looking like on top of the other apps you are already working with. Nice. And it has also been 20 times more useful than before. All right, that's it for iOS. I think it's enough for iOS features. Let's get back to our items. All right, and we talked about Prison Break. Since I'm a fan of Prison Break, let's see what it has in store for us and what are the latest developments and updates. All right, Prison Break Season 6. Is it happening? In January 26, 2018, Fox officially confirmed that it was developing a new iteration of Prison Break. It is a very early stages of development, said entertainment president Michael Thorne, but we are really excited about it. Speaking about the revival miniseries back in 2016, Sarah Wayne Collies, who plays Sarah Tancredi, said this was pitched as, we are gonna do 9 episodes, drop the mic and walk away, and I'm fine with that. Okay. And we see Wentworth Miller in season 5 here. But even then, her co-star Miller was more open to the possibility of bringing Prison Break back again, saying there's always room for more in my mind, as long as it's a story that's worth telling, as long as it feels justified and cool and edgy. Great. So the bottom line is that they are creating the new series of this. We see some screenshots of the episode of the season 5. And a post from Dominic Porcel. I get smashed with, when is Prison Break 6 happening? What I can promise is this: we are all in agreement that if the story is worth, it will get made. Now with the horror of this virus, the calamity of it, all drills inside me a new focus, a steely resolve with Prison Break 6. I'm very optimistic with social distancing and a fierce adherence to expert opinion on how to beat this catastrophic, unprecedented event. We all, as one, will be victorious over coronavirus. So far, all about coronavirus. Corporations such as Netflix are desperate for content. The biggest gift all artists, athletes, etc. can give to you is entertainment. So let's get our fucking lives back. Listen to the experts. I won't comment on Prison Break 6 until it's time. Be safe, be smart, be vigilant. You're truly dumb. Alright, the bottom line is they are creating season 6 of this series, and it's a good piece of news. Very nice. And now it's time for our discussion on the personality of programmers. You might think that programmers are some nerd people that probably are a bit introvert. They don't like to show off a lot. They are mostly busy with computers, and in my own opinion and experience, programmers are often more into bits and bytes than managing and management, and probably doing some show-offs. Instead, they focus on the work and creating some stuff done, getting some stuff done. Yeah, that's what I think, because they are amazed by how different technologies work, and they try to make new stuff and new services and new applications and make the most out of them. So what do you think, Mahmoud, about programmers? Do you think that they are extrovert or introvert
I'm
personalities?
based on my experience, programmers usually they are introvert. Yeah, they are introvert because it's need patience.
Yeah.
And you should sit on in a chair and working on issues for hours, many hours,
Yeah,
working on it.
that's
Yeah,
right.
It take a long time. Sometimes you should spend a lot of time to solve a problem.
That's
issue.
right.
Yeah,
That's
and I
right.
think most of them are introvert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, do you think that management is a type of job that programmers love, or it has nothing to do with programmer or some other type? It is just something that is relevant to experience. Personally, I think that programmers are not that type of management person. They just love to create some stuff, and mostly, at least I'm personally like that. I love to create something and create an application, create something that works, and I don't love to do much management stuff. What do you think?
Yeah, honestly, I'm too. I don't like management, and I just enjoy to solve some problems, some issues, some challenge. I like challenge, and I enjoy to working on a solution to solve the problems. Yeah,
Yeah,
and we don't know how much time took to solve this problem. The one reason that why we don't like management and schedulation is that because we don't know how much time took to solve the problems.
exactly.
And yeah, and we're going to solve a problem and another problem happen.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right, guys. Yeah, that's important. Managers just want see a goal and then make the programmers do something and create that thing, and they do not pay attention to the obstacles and problems along the way. They just want the goal achieved. But along the way, as Mahmoud said, there are a lot of problems that happen, and from one problem you stumble upon another problem, and you find another problem challenge, you face another challenge, and it just destroys you. You know, I have seen a lot of people that find it difficult to sit in front of a desk for more than 1 hour, and a programmer has to sit in front of a desk and blow his mind for more than 8 hours a day. And most programmers, I'm sure, that spend more time, because when they go home, they continue their challenges because their mind is just looking for some solutions, and they try to solve it, and it's a bit difficult. It keeps their mind busy. So it's a tough job, and it doesn't, probably in my mind, doesn't leave space and capacity for other job to be done, like management, like other side job or something like that. Even recreation, guys, even recreation. So if you are a programmer, you need to have a good schedule of your job. Other than that, it's gonna probably destroy your life and all your schedule. Yeah.
Exactly.
Is there anything else we would love to talk about the personalities of programmers? For sure, there are a lot to be talked to, so that and we can talk about programmers. And programmers are a bit geek mind, and not all geek minds, on the other hand, are programmers. Some people are just have technical minds, try to do weird things with technology, create some devices, create some do some tweaking into applications, different things, hacking. These are a bit different, but in general, programmers are similar, and they want to get the stuff done and find hidden things, hidden secrets inside some problems, inside some probably algorithms, and get some solution for them. But the main difference, in my opinion, between programmers and hackers is that hackers just want to discover some weakness in something and get the most out of it, probably abuse it. But programmers have to architect it, have to design it, and have to build it. Yeah. But a hacker's job is not that difficult, I think. Yeah. Do you have anything in mind, Mahmoud, about?
Just when you talking about schedulation, I remember some memory of my life, and yeah, and it's
I'd love to hear it.
Maybe it's not good to telling this to our viewers, but yeah, the developers hasn't a good personal life, because it's you are in your holiday, you are in your vacation, and calling you from your company and ask you to solve some problem. Yeah.
Wow, that's right.
Yeah, it's happened.
Yeah, it just ruins your vacation. Yeah, and they ruin your vacation. Yeah, it's very bad.
And it's good to tell people the disadvantage of this job. Yeah, and it's the biggest disadvantage of being a developer. I remember sometimes call me from company and tell me that service is not working or some problem happened. Yeah, and you have to solve it. You have to fix it. You have to find a laptop in that situation, and remote to your server and find problems.
Yeah. So in short, your vacation is screwed.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah.
Yeah, and some other thing that we might talk about programmers and their problems, their challenges, is that because of the difficulty of their job and the pressure that this job has, especially for employees of companies, the bigger the company, the bigger the troubles. It's not always good to be it's not always the best option to be in a top company, in a great company. But that's because of the great pressure and responsibilities that you shoulder in that company and in this job. Probably you're not gonna want that as a lifelong job. You know what I'm saying? You probably want to just end it for after some time and retire yourself after some time, because it's probably not a good idea to be a programmer all over your life and working for someone
exactly,
all over your life. You probably want to work for some years, and after that probably working as a freelancer or just retiring yourself and turning to some other job or doing some other personal projects. Yeah, so that's what I think about programmers.
I think we can work on our project.
Yeah,
We can define a project, personal project, and work in that. It's very joyful. I love
yeah,
it. Yeah, you create your favorite project and work on it. It's very joyful. I like it. Yeah, and if time is your issue, you can find some freelancing project. Yeah, if you like travel, you can find some freelancing project and traveling all over the world and enjoy your life.
wow,
And yeah, developers has developing job has some advantage, and it's good to talk both advantage and disadvantage of it. The good thing about developers is you can do your work anywhere in the world. You can buy a van and travel all over the world and do your job, do your work, work on your
yeah,
projects. Yeah, it's
yeah, that's great. That's
exactly,
great.
yeah.
And that's what many programmers do actually. They create some open source projects probably, and they get a lot of fans and even some companies that support them, sponsor them.
Mm-hmm.
And on GitHub you can find some sponsoring options. Probably if you have a great idea for a project, you can start an open source project and get some sponsors, and it will be also good in terms of financial options for that project. All right, guys, thank you for watching this episode of ZomCast number 5. Thank you, Mahmoud, for helping me in this podcast. Please subscribe to our channel and hit the like button down below. Leave your comments, please, and let us know what you think of the podcast. Any recommendations are welcome. Any topics are welcome to discuss in this podcast. And again, thank you for watching. Take care and be safe.
Thanks, God, guys. Take care.